welcome to the October 2019 East Troy High School Public Broadcasting Jams, PBJ, program. I'm Ethan Fridley, host for today's show, joined today by Ben Betcher.
We start today's program with a fortunate outlook for PBJ and ways we can fix our own demise.
Broadcasting. What are we? You may think of us as that group of nerds hiding in that one weird room that no one else is allowed in. Whether that's to keep you out or to keep us in is yet to be decided. Unfortunately, we may not be around for much longer. The way things are right now, this class appears to be fading away into nothingness. Since its beginning in 2016, the number of students enrolled in this class has been on a steady incline, with the exception of this year. There are currently only 5 students enrolled in this trimester, and 7 students enrolled in the next 2 trimesters. However, it is expected that that expected number will drop once the class actually begins. This does not give us a good outlook. And it shows. Our channel views have been consistently dropping. You can see here that there was a significant difference a few years ago in the 2016-2017 school year when compared to now. However, we've lost those gains. We're still getting views on all of our videos, but it's nowhere near where it once was. What can we do about that? Is there any way to bring broadcasting back to the top? I absolutely believe there is. But first, we need to know the cause.
Hi, I'm Jack Maddish. I've been in this class since my sophomore year, so this is my 3rd year taking this class. Well, we've kind of been, encouraging each other to make videos. And, it's nice, it's small. We're all, forced to work together, which is a curse and a blessing.
So on the other hand, what are some of the cons of this year?
The fact the class is 5 people. So any big projects that may or may not have been an idea are thrown out until next try.
That's not to say that everything is bad, though, with the smaller class size. Because of it, we've been able to be more inclusive and hear people out more than we've been able to previously.
My first year here, I felt really welcome and unimportant. And at least this year, you're forced to feel important. You're forced to partake in the class.
I talked to the entire class, and this is the general consensus.
Definitely a downhill spiral, because less people and just all that jazz. But hopefully there's still hope for this class.
So it seems like a simple solution. Just get more people involved, and problem solved. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. You see, this theory was inadvertently put to the test in the 2018-2019 school year in semester 2. That's when we were at our peak enrollment with 16 students in the class. The phrase, "too many cooks in the kitchen," applies almost too well to this particular situation. The room was too small to fit everybody comfortably, which meant we had to split up between 2 rooms. The physical divide limited collaboration. This is a problem we should work towards eliminating, especially in a group project-based class. So, if there are too many students involved, we have the physical manpower to power through these video projects, but we lose the collaboration aspect. On the other hand, too few students gives us a closer sense of camaraderie, but we lose the ability to get our videos done in a timely manner. Like everything in life, the key here seems to be moderation. Combined with the introduction of trimesters here at East Troy High School, leaving fewer classes in a day to be filled by broadcasting, and the graduation of the seniors we've had in the class previously, it seems this class was doomed for this school year in the first place. The easiest solution I can see is to get more people involved in this class. With trimesters counteracting the possibility of having too many students, I think it would be entirely possible to hit a good 10 students in total. With that, this class would be able to produce more videos in a shorter amount of time. Back to me in the studio.
Thank you, Meat. Really puts the dangers of trimesters into perspective. Luckily, I won't be affected by it for too much longer.
Lucky for you, maybe. Only time will tell our fate. Speaking of time, it's time for the weather. Over to our chief meteorologist, Jack Maddich, for the report of the day. Why do meteors keep appearing in my salad?
So, I'm your weatherman, Jack Badish, and here's your weather, man. It's gonna be cold up here and cold down here. Very cold in between. A lot of wind over in that direction. And why am I doing this? I flunked out of college, man. I was gonna be an actor. I was gonna be a star. Karen took the kids.
Thank you, Jack. What a lovely weather report. Indeed, I'd say it looks very weathery outside.
Perhaps even 3 weathers. Every year, East Troy High School produces a musical for all to watch.
That's right. This year, it's Once on This Island, starring Haley Donahue and Robert Thomas. Vivian Wrights brings exclusive footage. Over to you, Viv.
Alright, so, you guys are awesome, okay? Yeah, love you guys too. So what I do with the little kids is I have them raise their hand, the right hand. Everybody raise your right hand. Pat yourselves on the back and say, I'm the best!
Hello, my name's Vivian. What's your role and your name?
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm a mama.
What do you love about your character?
That I'm married to Josh.
What's your biggest challenge about this role?
Memorizing the fact that we actually say normal human being lines instead of just singing.
Is this character like you in any way?
No, not at all, besides the fact she's sad.
Has this character changed you in any way?
No.
What do you dislike about this character?
Yes.
No.
No offense to the show, but yes.
No, what do you dislike?
Dress.
Dress? What's the best night to show?
What?
Like, what's the best night to come?
Oh, opening night is always fun.
So that's, okay. Thank you for your time.
The Sad Tale of the Bosom, a history lesson. Some say.
4 generations passed in the time of Napoleon.
Hello, my name's Vivian. What's yours? And what's your role?
Hello, I'm Benjamin Betcher, and I am one of the Spotlight workers.
Why did you decide to join the musical this year?
Drama is just like a really cool thing to do. There's good people there. It's fun. I mean, challenging, but it's fun. Like work on like a big project like this. It's just an experience I have to do.
Was it hard to learn the lighting?
Yeah, especially when Phil doesn't give the clearest direction. Yeah, but it's interesting.
What do you like about the show so far?
The music's all really good, and like the casting for pretty much every character is really great. I have to give a shout out to Max Barlett in particular. His voice is amazing. There's a lot of things to like about it.
What's your favorite line of the show, if you know any lines?
The one about mangoes. Mangoes, juicy mangoes.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thanks for that report, Vivian. Just a reminder, the musical is being held November 8th, 9th, and 10th. We'd love to see you there.
So, Ben, I hear you've been working on a project of your own.
Well,
Care to share?
Well, instead of telling you, how about I just show you? The United States of America in the past has been known as the melting pot, a place where nationalities and cultures converge. This is still true to this very day, where even now you can see aspects of other cultures bleed into the star-spangled land of the free. The most notable example is Japan,
and how the cultural phenomenon called anime has personally impacted the lives of people in America and even right here in East Troy High.
What is anime to you, Aurelia?
I used to watch a lot of it in like middle school, so there's certain ones that like hold a special place in my heart, even though I suck plot-wise, but it's just something nice to watch sometimes.
Today, we delve into the minds of some of our fellow students and their appreciation for these foreign productions.
Miss Everard, how would you describe anime?
Cut that out. I mean, there's some cool ones and then there's some bad ones.
What makes anime appealing to you?
I guess the friendships that they make.
Friendships?
Or the journey they go on.
Okay.
First, we must explore some terms. Anime refers to an animated TV show or movie that was produced in Japan.
But how would you describe anime as a whole?
Nerdy.
Describe an average anime to someone who doesn't watch anime.
Main protagonist.
Okay.
He's very overpowered. And then he makes
And probably
friends.
a spiky hair.
And spiky hair, you know, he's Tatabayo. He wants to become the Hokage.
This is a description of an average anime, right? Most animes have this plot.
Yep, he's an overpowered guy, probably a loner. Then he makes friends, and they go on journeys together, and they just screw around. Maybe they save the world from mass extinction, but...
You know, that sounds like your usual show.
Yep.
What's your favorite kind of anime, Aurelia?
Probably the dark ones, so...
Japan has two terms for anime fans, weeaboo and otaku. An otaku is often an anime-centered term which refers to someone with obsessive interests, often relating to anime, manga, and all that. Weeaboo is an American individual, specifically, who is obsessed with Japanese culture and often tries to appropriate it.
Does anime mean something on a personal level to you? Has it impacted your life in any way?
Oh, probably. Yeah, totally.
Like to go in more detail of that, Miss Aurelia?
Sure. Some of them have probably changed my real-world perspective or views, like Tokyo Ghoul, for example. It really shows you a lot of different views from all of the different characters.
However, not everyone who enjoys anime is either a weeaboo or an otaku. There are plenty of casual fans who watch it as any other show.
Would you ever consider watching anime?
Yeah.
Do you know or talk to other people who like anime? Their names may remain anonymous if you so wish.
Sure. I mean, yeah, maybe a little bit. There's a few people.
Would you recommend anime to someone who doesn't watch anime normally?
For a different extracurricular event, we bring you Evan Lovis with today's update on East Troy football.
Thank you. The football team has had a pretty successful year up to this point, and their success is quite the story in its own right. So, let's take you to our man in the field with Mr. Crandall. Alright, so here I am with Mr. Crandall, the first interviewee for the interviewee. So, Mr. Crandall, I've noticed that the football team has gotten a lot better than it has been in previous years since you took over the head coaching job. So, what have you done to help change the team's fortunes?
So we've implemented a strategy where we try to what's called platooning. So kids will only play offense or defense. So that allows us to play 22 plus players every game. So now we have a lot more kids playing all the time. So I think that helps more kids stay out for football because more kids know they have a chance to play. And then we also do that at the freshman sophomore level. So those kids down there get a lot of playing time. I think so when you're playing and you're having fun because you get to play all the time, that helps develop our players. And then by the time we get them up to that varsity level, they've played a lot of football at one particular position and they're really good at that position and we're able to be more successful on Friday nights.
All right. Thank you for that. As of writing the script, the team stands at 5-4 and have made the playoffs. There have been quite a few stand-up players as well. Mac Dukowitz currently leads the team in passing yards with 1,788 yards and currently has 17 touchdowns on the year. While Jordan Matson leads the team in receiving yards with 740 yards and 7 touchdowns. And defensively, they have been playing great football as well, with Zach Burke leading the team in tackles with 66. And the head coach himself has likely been a part of that success. So let us take you to Mr. Crandall on the importance of the head coach.
Head coaching is always a job that's kind of like interested me in a way, and I imagine it's pretty difficult.
Can be.
So what's probably the hardest part about coaching the team?
It's probably just the overall management of the program, meaning like football season in theory is, August to when you end the season sometime in November, but in order to be a successful team, you have to have the kids and the players working out and being prepared all the way through the off season so that they can be stronger and they can continue to develop even when you don't have them in practice. So I think that's one of the harder parts, is that organization of the year-round stuff, making sure that they're all on the same page of what they need to get doing, and then getting them motivated to stay in shape and get stronger. And I always promote them going out for other sports, so getting them out for other sports so they're active and they're competing in different areas, and just kind of managing all those people, because in football we have a larger number than a lot of the other sports. So we have 60-some kids every year that you're trying to communicate and talk with and keep engaged and get talking to them all and getting to know all 60 of them. And it just takes a while to get that managed and figured out how to best do it.
And once again, thank you to our man in the field. The team has been playing very good football as of late and has an upcoming playoff game that will decide their fate. And now we take you to the head coach and the importance of practice.
Is your practices? Is just trying hard there? What are the other practice habits? Like, how do you get ready for upcoming games, and how do you get ready to play these games and win?
That's a very good question. So practice is probably the most important part for getting you prepared to play on Friday. So we do segments, they're called, and so we have a certain amount of segments per practice. We use a timer that has a buzzer on it, so like every 7 minutes or 8 minutes, however long the segment is, it counts down and then it buzzes when it's done, and then we switch. So that keeps us on path, and then we practice. We try to practice game-like situations as much as possible, so we're not just doing drills that, just to do drills. We're doing drills that specifically relate to what we're doing offensively or defensively. And the other thing I think is important is with high school kids, or anyone who's playing football, it's hard to stay focused, especially after school. So we try to keep our practices to 90 minutes or less every day, so that they know they can get out, they can work hard, we can go fast, and then we can be done. Usually we start at 3:30 and we're done by 5:15 every day, which is good because you get a lot of work in, you're moving fast, you're getting stuff done, but when you're not out there for 4 hours, drained by the end of it. So,
all right, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. So, as you can see, Coach Crandall definitely makes practice a priority. This has been the Trojan Sports Network. Back to you, Ethan.
Anyway, that's all we have for you today, East Troy. Have a great
day, East Troy.
Wait.